Give it a few minutes for everybody to jump on here. See who shows up. Lots of zippered knife pouches. Belts, as always. We did some 308 micros today. Firewood carriers, vehicle med bags, red, black. I'm showing one person on, but 6 thumbs up. YouTube, fix your shit. You're drunk. So 308 micros. These lids are actually a lot longer than they look. They're tucked down inside. These will carry 2 308 mags, 2 and 2, 20 rounders. They'll hold 30s also. They'll also hold 3 M4 mags per pocket, and you can put 2 AKs in there also. And then this pouch over here holds med kits, 2 smokes, 3 water bottles, bottles of water, whatever you want. It'll hold 4 more M4 mags if you choose to do that. And all of these rigs have the Velcro on the back, so you can lock them into a dangler or run them on a chest rig if you choose to, onto armor. Chase, what's up? Amanda, what's up? Dean Conrad, what's going on? Easy K, what's up? Josh, hey buddy. Jonathan Jager, what's up? Man, check out some of them YouTube shorts. Fucking, I literally can't use my YouTube notifications because dudes just comment on it. And it's man, they are so fucking mad. So mad. David F, what's up? Byron Roberts, Isaac Barrett, what's up? Mark, what's going on? David Hosfeld, what's up? What is this thing? Andrea, what's up? Monica, what's going on? I've been listening to all your podcasts going back to 2019. So what do you think of them, Dean? Fortunate Son, what's up? Byron Roberts, what's up, buddy? Got Hydrocare, nice, nice. Did you figure out how to put it on? Byron, I saw you sent me some forwards today. Most of my shit's not opening. Like, our internet is completely fucked. The power went out several times. And it actually seems to have killed several light fixtures in the building. The lights dimmed and came back, like the power was really surging. I've never seen it do that here before. This is a first time thing the entire time we've lived here in this area. But the internet's completely fucked, and Starlink is apparently down all across the United States. Has been for 5-6 hours, and the internet inside here is spotty at best. Yeah, Chase, the wind, like a lot of people are like, oh, it blew my roof off. It blew the steel off of the roof. Like, you're not sitting inside and seeing daylight. But it did some damage. It knocked a tree over in the back, one of our big trees, and it snapped one of the pine trees over in the pond in the back. It was standing dead wood, but it snapped that motherfucker in half. So I'll get out there with a skid steer and some chain and tow it out and start hacking it up, turn it into firewood. It's got 4 buckles. Very cool. I'll figure it out. Are you really a rigger? Isaac, is that real? No bullshit? Got my dangler. Reed, what color did you go with, buddy? Tree falling pretty close to the house. Yeah, there's a lot of that. Andrea, did you get your bracelet? Wind is run real here. Unreal. Josh Winnie, HK. You have an HK? You want an HK? You need an HK? Just watched the HK 416 High Point origin story. Man, they are all over that video where it's beeped out talking about LARPing. Oh my God. And they are like, I don't know why you're so mad. And half the dudes they're naming, like we're actually friends with, like Hitcock 45. He's been in here a bunch of times. Like, it's just a trip. The people they think, and the truth is, we weren't talking shit about anybody at all. I mean, no one. We weren't talking shit. None. Joseph Frazier, what's up? REC, what's going on? What's REC stand for? David F. Metal Glocks for the win. Andrea, you can post everywhere. Good evening. I'm missing, let me, imagine if they just fucking, when you started a live, if you could just see all of your comments. So there we go. Blessings, SOE family. You don't have a backup generator that starts up automatically. Tom, we don't have it tied in. We don't have it tied in. Guzman, what's up, buddy? Guzman, what were you asking me about? Every time we post some shit, you ask me if we can do it in some other color. You asked me about 3x6 subloads OD black. Eventually, we'll run some. There was something else you emailed me tonight about, and I meant to bring it up here, and I can't remember what it was. That would make things too easy. No shit. Are you still taking REM? I'm not. I'm not taking anything. Well, I'm taking growth hormone for sleep. I find I take HCG twice a week, and when I take HCG, I do not wake up at 4:30 in the morning. So I take HCG typically. I was doing it like Monday and Thursday, but I'm gonna start. I'm gonna do it Monday because I need it at the beginning of the week, or probably Tuesday, I guess. And then Friday night, so that because I can usually sleep longer on Saturday. I sleep really good with HCG, and I never noticed it until Ed Hubble told me that. But I use Sumarelin. And what do I use to extend Sumarelin? What am I taking with it? CJC 1295 with Sumarelin. And it basically makes your gut produce more growth hormone, which repairs tissue. It's good for joints. It's good for muscle building. Huh? CJC is no, but Sumarelin is. Sumarelin makes the growth hormone. The CJC extends the growth hormone. So instead of having a 2-hour window, you have about a 4-hour production. You can't have any carbs with it. So you want to have no carbs 2 hours before. And you can use it multiple times a day. Most people don't. But you totally would get more benefit if you did. But I sleep like crazy. I sleep really well. I sleep deeply. And when I wake up, I do not feel like I took any chemicals to go to sleep. John gave his mama duck the yeet cannon. Dean Conrad. And I have some REM, but I believe they stopped making REM. Rob, shut that whole line down. Incoming badassery, thanks again. Staley, what's up, buddy? No, the HK short people going crazy. Yeah, man, it's fucking nuts. It's nuts. No bullshit certified rigger, AWS, CWI, CCO, crane operator. Cool. Awesome. So not parachute rigger. Sorry that y'all had that crazy weather today. It didn't affect us at all, Andrea. It affected the internet not fucking working. It affected, but it didn't stop us. We shipped less packages than we could have had the internet been working, but nothing changed inside the building production. We got a lot of stuff done. These boxes are all here again, now ready to ship. Took advantage of free t-shirt code. Yeah, guys, if you use that code, you just order your stuff, and then you order a t-shirt, and it removes the price of the t-shirt. It gives you a free t-shirt. And you can pick any of the t-shirts that you want. Is that Mountain Dew Baja Blast in your... Oh, fuck no. Hell no. This is Extend Amino Acids Sour Apple. It tastes just like Jolly Ranchers. I'm a pile driver by trade. Racked up a bunch of training. That's badass, dude. That's cool, man. Israel, what's up, buddy? Weapons Junkie, what's going on? And whoever asked me about REM, if you need to discuss or more further information on the peptides, just get with me and I'll tell you about them. Of course, Ben Stockwell had it to figure out if the wee one and I were going down to the storm. Oh, gotcha. Wait, can you say the amino acids? Yeah, okay, so I buy them. You can get them on Amazon. You can get a bigger container of them. Where do we buy the bigger containers? Bodybuilding.com. I'll put a link to this up on my Facebook page so you can see what it is. You can buy them on Amazon. I get the watermelon and I get the sour apple, green apple. I also have the blood orange. The blood orange is like strong. It almost has too much flavor. But I drink this shit all through the day. And amino acids are parts of protein. Good Friday evening, Francesco. What's up, buddy? Isaac B. I'm a millwright and work with a lot of pile drivers. Is that you're like, yo, baby, you want to hang out with a pile driver? Iridium, what's up, buddy? I mentioned you earlier in the live cast. Wind's been blowing for 2 weeks here in West Texas, 75, 80 miles. It's weird, right? We're having weird weather. Like somebody told us it was going to be a cold, dark winter. Prepare for internet outages. Prepare for power outages. Weird how they telegraph those punches. We drive them long and deep. Yeah, do you have a bunker buster? Purchased toxic green crate for Shrek. Nice. Harp. I think we're well beyond harp. There's a lot of harp bases for sale. That doesn't mean that they're not still operational, but harp's been around a very, very long time. I used to run a drill rig and did have a few lines back in the day. I'll bet you did. Haven't had soda in over a year. It fucking makes a huge change, dude. Huge change. People don't realize, like soda, right? Take soda and set it up so soda will drop 1 drop every hour on concrete. And within like a week, it'll eat a hole through fucking concrete. David F., good night, man. Having a movie night with the kids. Very cool, dude. Is the shop still haunted? Has not been in a long, long time. Now, Amanda might tell you something different, but nothing. I don't see anything or notice anything ever. Where does the main power come into your building? Check to see if water is coming into the main panel, causing corrosion and or bad ground. What are we talking about, Billy? There's a weatherhead on it. It's I mean, I haven't been up there to check it, but I don't. It's the whole entire area. Anytime our power goes out, I text the dude next door, and he's like, "Yep, we're out at the gas station." Maybe Amanda's crystals and rocks ward the spirits off. A lot of people say that they do. Yeah, a lot of people say that. Different energies. Any reason why we haven't seen a pulling the thread in over 2 weeks? Because you're not looking for it, because one went up tonight. People are already commenting on it. One went up last week. I promise you, pulling the thread goes up every Friday, man. Oh, pulling the thread. I'm sorry. I'm thinking Panic Prepper. Because I've been lazy and we just haven't put it up. The level 3 members have pulling the thread. They have all of the pulling the threads. The level 3 members get pulling the thread the day it gets published. I haven't seen anything in a while ever since I started burning incense and candles. Pulling the thread, I've had a few new ones. Soda is worse than cigarettes. I don't know about that, but it's definitely fucking not good for you. I think that cigarettes, when cigarettes started, I don't think they were as bad for you as it became when they added chemicals and shit in there. You're definitely better off rolling your own tobacco. Get those guineas. Ordered some of those iodine tablets you spoke about last video. Are there some better than others? Mark, I don't know the answer to that. I would suspect that as long as you get some, it's fine. It only works for one aspect of that, and it basically fills your goiter. It fills you with iodine so that you can't absorb the bad iodine that comes from radiation. Did I have that right, Ed? Something kind of like that. Crystals, rock, candle, incense with intention, I believe, work. Yeah, it's whatever you believe, what you put energy into. So some of you guys having crazy weather. Some of them, yeah, some of us, we were. Since I'm listening to old podcasts, it's really giving me a lot to think about. Were we right on the old podcast? The things we were warning and talking about, I think a lot of them have come to be. I'd rather have the old soda from back in the, yeah. 50-mile wind, wow. Snowstorm come through, 4 Blackhawks that fly low because of the storm. Greg, what's up, buddy? Yep, that's pretty much it. Potassium iodide is a salt, so it's harder to make it contaminated than to just produce it pure. It's harder to make it contaminated than to just produce it pure. Whatever you get should do the trick. Will that bag come with pouches? Will the bag come with pouches? I don't know. It prices it much higher if we do it with pouches. You figure those pouches are 25 a piece, 25, 25, 30, or 30 and 35. I don't remember what they are. We might do it both ways. Last episode I see is 13. Kevin, what level of membership are you, man? Dean, we have very few. Most stuff we're doing is getting black buckles on it. And we really don't discuss it because we don't let people have the option, typically. And what we found is when we just send what we send, nobody ever complains. We got a bunch of 4-inch bandages in. And we got a bunch of tourniquets. A bunch of tourniquets, the rhinos, with the metal windlass. Those will ship Monday. I'm at the lowest level, and 13 is the late. Yeah, we just haven't put them up. They just haven't been moved over. But you don't get pulling the thread that fast. If you want pulling the thread fast, that's level 3. That's how it's always been. Are the rhinos like Recons? Yes, they are rebranded. That is the word. The word on the street in the back alley is they are rebranded Recons. Yes. Did you see the planets in the sky? I did. The projection on the dome, I did see that. Or maybe the dome had a blemish and something was shining through from the other side. Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, we did see them. Got a delivery today. What'd you get, Greg? I made my medical order earlier. Thank you, Scott. Thank you for your order, man. Philippe, what's up? Yep, no complaints here. Somehow I missed new ones getting posted and had 4 at once to watch. What are we doing this weekend? Anybody, you guys doing anything good? Who's doing the coolest shit this weekend? Fresh designs. Like poking holes in the lid of a meat. That's what I'm saying, yeah. Nothing grandma's old. LARPing, right on. Making soap. Very cool. Very cool, Amy. Are you doing like a fight club thing? Dump pouch rats and Rallyman mag pouches. Nice. Blowing up beaver dams. Nice, nice. And the free bag. I got quite a few of the Recons, and I got one that is my trainer, and it's been used probably 100 times between. Right on. Still battling the 350. More fencing. Yeah, hit that thumbs up, guys. The water spear. Oh, that's cool. You might have the coolest one. My son is freeze drying candy to sell at the website, so he can be an entrepreneur. That's very cool, man. Very cool. Did you guys get the XL? Did you get the new XL dryer, freeze dryer? In Thailand. Very cool. I don't know what you mean by Fight Club. Because they were making soap in Fight Club. That's how he burnt his hands, you know, from the lye. Do you know how to make lye? If you have to use it to make soap, you know? Do you know how to do that? Wood ash. Take the ash, run water through it repeatedly. And then when an egg floats, your pH level is high enough. Nope, we got a large. Has the candy mode. That's cool. I had a picture. The sky was still blue and the two lights were very bright. Coaching archery. Nice, nice. I saw chicks are $10 a pop at the local place. Oh wow, I haven't paid attention, but we were at Rural King last weekend and they were just out of chicks. They had ducks and turkeys, but I don't remember the price being crazy. Like I looked at some prices and didn't think anything of it. I think the shooting competition is gonna get canceled because of the snow, so I'm gonna probably go to the range. Nice, Dean, nice. Why they want the rendering plants gone. Why they want rendering plants gone. Michael Turner, flesh that out for me. Give me a few more words. I'm sure that as soon as you do, I'm going to be like, oh yeah, duh. I think Stephen Peoples won coolest. What's he doing? I thought the underwater spelunking was pretty cool. Do you collect duck eggs? I pick them up off the ground. They're usually very dirty. And I am definitely not letting fucking more ducks be hatched this year. I've got way too many ducks. Spirko mentioned a nice incubator. I'm thinking about it. Nice. So if you want to see some nice incubators, I heard that too. I didn't look at the one he had. Go to Premier Poultry and look at incubators on Premier's website. If a new world war happens, how do we survive without things from China? Well, you just will survive without things from China. You will just make do, right? We will do like our grandparents did. Like if we're really going to flesh that out in our heads, right? If we truly believe that's going to happen, you should go hit up some antique markets right now, for instance, and go buy a cast iron stove. Go buy a wood burning oven, right? Just because things will get tighter because your government hates you, right? Your government will use a war with other powers to just make things more restrictive on you and remove more of your rights. Your government does not want you to be able to have the freedoms that you have. So how do you negate that, right? How do you make that so that we don't care what they do because we're not reliant on them? You want to fix this fucking United States? Do you believe that elections? So I think we could all. How many's on here? 56 people. Do you think that the last election was legitimate? Or even if you don't think it's legitimate, do you think there was any shady shit in any of the states with these elections? Can I get a yes or a no? Just yes or no. I'll wait a minute and we'll have a conversation about this. What do duck eggs look like compared to chicken eggs? They're a little bit bigger and they're white. Almost like white where you can see through them. And when you go to crack them, the shells are a little thicker, and the membrane inside is a lot tougher. I just bummed we can't buy more Holosun optics if China. We'll buy them now, right? Aren't they inexpensive? If you really think that, if you're not joking and you think that's something, buy a few extras, right? Because you're going to be able to sell them or trade them. I don't think it was an election. It was. I agree, Iridium. I agree. Okay, so with that said, you want to fix this system? You want to fix all the voting? Do three things. Number one, voter registration card. I think it's probably safe to say that every person on here has a driver's license and probably insurance, right? So why shouldn't you have to require everybody to have a voter ID? Number two, the election should be tallied and put out to the public within 24 hours of the election. Why don't we do that? Why? Because they're buying time to bring in the votes and manipulate each state. That's why. So it has to be tallied by midnight, right? Or whatever. Number three, if you want to vote and you want to be a registered voter and have voter identification, you have to produce, what do you have to produce? What do you think I'm about to say? A tax return. I'll bet everybody on here commenting right now also paid taxes and gets a tax return or has tax paperwork, don't you? Can we, yes or no? Does everybody on here pay taxes? If you did those three things, but here's why we are in the situation we are in. Do you know that more than 50% of the people vote don't pay taxes? Did you know that? That's why they're all voting for the people that will continue to give them things that are corrupt. They vote for corrupt politicians because those are the politicians that will give people who are unwilling to work free money. That's all you have to do. And then you would see what the actual people really want. Pay my voluntary tax, that's right. You pay, most people don't realize they pay 65 to 75% of every dollar they make in taxes. No, I don't. I'm not in that tax bracket. Nope. Yes, you do. You pay tax when you register your vehicle every year. Do you know that when you pay insurance, you pay tax on the insurance? Did you know that? You pay tax. Every time money moves, every time you get money, you get taxed. Every time you spend money, you get taxed. Duck eggs taste like, yeah, I could give you duck eggs and you wouldn't know the difference. They'll never do, no, of course they won't do that. Why won't they do it? Because the people that could do it, it would make them obsolete. It would remove power from them, right? Stacey Abrams. Where is Stacey Abrams right now? Anybody know? Oh, let me tell you, she's in Nigeria, overseeing an election in Nigeria where they voted, and the whole country of Nigeria is up in arms and saying that it's an illegitimate fucking, everybody's like, I don't know anybody that voted for that. But Stacey Abrams is over there to oversee it for the United States, right? Stacey Abrams, who has 3 investigations on her right now. Stacey Abrams, who had all kinds of corruption around her fucking state. Stacey Abrams. Callie is about to fine business for printing paper receipts. Do you know about paper receipts? Why are there forever chemicals? Why are there plastics that absorb through your skin on your hand? Why do they coat all the receipts with that? It's kind of weird, isn't it? Yeah, never worked a day in their life. None of your politicians have, right? What is the Democratic Party? What is the Democratic Party? They're the party of fucking elderly waiting to die. Nancy Pelosi, how old is she? Feinstein is, how old is Feinstein? 90-something years old? 90-something years old, Feinstein. I heard that today. Joe Biden was in the hospital today, has cancer, some type of skin cancer. Who's the Mongoloid that had the stroke? Do you know he's in the hospital? They're saying he's brain dead. His wife and family has taken off and gone to Canada. He's been in the hospital for 2 months. Who's writing and doing all those bills that's being put forth? Fetterman. What's up with the Epstein list? Yeah, why aren't we seeing that? You know it's out there. We're just all lazy and we don't go look for it. Why are you not seeing people speak about it though? 660 years, 84. I've heard good things about some other countries' ways of voting, that it needs what you're saying and has a chain of custody. That's it exactly. There's no chain of custody. Do you know that it's come out that prison guards in prisons are pushing inmates to vote? And some of the inmates said, well, hey, I'm registered somewhere else. So if I vote here, that's actually another felony, right? And when they brought it up, the guards were just like, I'm just doing what we were told. Well, who told you that? This is from Chicago that I'm specifically speaking about. Prisons and jails in Chicago. Who do you think they're voting for? Who do you think's promoting that? What are they being given for their vote? Pelosi and Feinstein are vampires. Yeah, it's all those fucking baby children that they're drinking the blood of. It's taking them a little bit more to find a John Fetterman double, yeah. Or the clone. The clone didn't take because his fucking brain damage. Bohemian Grove. I would like to have that giant owl. $25 state, federal, 802 corporate tax. Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. You want to? Do you know that if they charged a 10% flat tax, right? 10% flat tax. So every time you spend money, it's a 10% tax. You know they would make more revenue than they make off of taxes right now? Do you know that there's actually people that are like, well, if we did that, all the IRS agents would lose their jobs. Bureaucrats should lose their jobs. If you don't produce something that another human being seeks out and does commerce by choice, it should be illegal. Clay and Buck radio show was talking about a study that showed a woman couldn't vote. The Democrats would never win a seat if women couldn't vote. Oh, I see what you're saying. CX Mayor Beetlejuice is claiming oh yeah, I saw it. Well, okay, so here's what actually happened. Do you think that you were voted out because you're a black female? And she said, yes, 99%, that's what happened. If your vote was tagged to you by a number and you could verify it, could we stop the cheating? I don't know. Would you trade a set of 31s for the owl? Are you bringing me the owl? The actual owl? What is up with NASA getting all the weapons? Okay, here's the deal, guys. With NASA getting weapons. So you might not know, NASA has a SWAT team. We made gear for them. We made LBVs. I think we made CQB vests for them. They were running MP5s at the time. We did CQB vests. They were navy blue. We made them for NASA. The government has a bunch of standing armies. TSA being one of them, right? TSA has an enormous budget, and they have a bunch of guns, and they can lock down the interstate, right? They handle travel, all the travel, and they have tons and tons of people, and they hire tons and tons of agents, and they weaponize them and militarize them, and they have them in backup. So if they need them, right, for instance, to use against U.S. citizens during an uprising, perhaps, because the military is probably not going to side. Some of them will. This current military would. But they have other standing armies. And that's where those giant budgets and all those weapons and all those guns, because they will use them for other things against you and me. Unintended consequences talks about the federal three-letter agencies having militarized employees. Absolutely, buddy. Matt Bracken. Oh, you're saying unintended consequences. I'm talking about enemies, foreign and domestic. Unintended Consequences is an amazing book. During CUFUS, somebody started reading it and putting it on audio on YouTube. And I thought he did a wonderful job, but he only got to like chapter 80. Transportation Security, TSA, yep. What pre-workout? I take a lot of pre-workout. Currently, buddy, I'm telling you, I am very pleased. For an actual pre-workout with stimulant, I like Megawatt. First Form Megawatt. I also like Redmond Salt Company. I like their pre-workout. Harsh, hits you, tingly, very much like when you start taking it and haven't taken it, the first couple months you're taking it, you better work out. Like if you have it in your body, you will just need to work out to burn it off. I really like Gorilla Mind or Gorilla Laboratories. More Plates, More Dates, his company. He has a non-stimulant pre-workout. Dude, you take that shit and you just do a couple sets and you come out here, your veins are fucking, it looks like you're taking Tren. Like you're fucking just huge and you're ripped and you're fucking jacked with that non-stim pre-workout. And I like that because you can take that vasodilator and you can mix it with a stimulant pre-workout. And he has dosing on the bottles for 1 scoop and 2 scoops. So you could run 2 scoops non-stim and 2 scoops stim. Very interesting thinking. They need to protect NASA work and technology. But they don't work for NASA. I mean, they work for someone else, but NASA is the ones doing the work. Over 10 years ago, I worked with NASA in Afghanistan. I think NASA does a lot of things that we don't realize. I think a lot of these agencies have special projects that we are not aware of and teams. I'll bet that you would find that NASA is crawling all over Antarctic. Governor Walz, Minnesota, signed into law, felons get voting rights back after serving their jail time. Yes, yes. Why don't they give them their Second Amendment rights back? DOT, Department of Transportation, yeah, absolutely. You've owned many vehicles. If you could only have one to use if things go bad, would it be old school or new tech? Well, how bad are we talking, Tom? Anything that I've seen bad in my life, I'm pretty fucking happy with these Toyotas right now. Really happy, actually. And I could have I do have a lot of other shit. But end of the world, like EMP kind of shit, the closest thing we're going to have to running right now is probably this Suburban back here. And I'm really looking, I want a dual fuel deuce and a half, like a true multi-fuel. Redmond Salt with pre-workout market. Yeah, at Redmond's, we use a lot of Redmond products here. And they have an animal product line also. Absolutely have secret projects, way more than people. Yeah, fuck yeah. And it doesn't all have to do with space, guys. A lot of it has to do with climate change and all kinds of weird shit. No electric car for, no, it just won't. Dude, I couldn't take an electric car and do what I do on a normal weekend. A lot of time, like Scully, we used to go, I'm like, Scully, why do you have a sleeping bag and cold weather gear? It's 97 degrees. And he's like, because do you remember 3 weekends ago when we left here and we were going to the desert and we ended up in Arizona and it was snowing and we were in an ice storm? That's why I have all this shit. And that's me with a vehicle. When we leave, we might be, especially because like a lot of times Amanda drives, all the time Amanda drives, and I'm on Facebook Marketplace or something, and we'll find something cool. Like we might go to Memphis, and then I start seeing Marketplace or Craigslist for Mississippi. So we run over to Mississippi, right? And pick some more shit up. There's a lot of times when we go out, we end up buying shit and have to rent a trailer to bring the shit back, right? I couldn't do any of that shit with an electric vehicle. I couldn't drive a normal Saturday to Nashville with an electric vehicle. And guys, electric vehicle, I've been telling you all along, electric vehicles, they can turn them off. Do you know that Tesla turned off all of the Teslas that were in Russia when they rolled into Ukraine? Are you not aware of that? Do you know that Ford came out today? Ford Motor Corporation came out today and said that if you don't make your payments, they can have your Ford Lightning and your electric Ford vehicles repo themselves. That was out on social media today. What do you think the government's going to do when you don't pay child support, or they say you're behind on taxes, or the state of California? I lived in Tennessee for 26 months when I got a certified letter that I had to sign for from the state of California saying that they were going to put me in jail up to a year, impound my F-250, and sell it because it had not been registered. The registration was 2 years past. You motherfuckers knew I was in Tennessee and sent me a certified letter in Tennessee. That means you know my fucking truck was registered in Tennessee. But how many people just pay those fees? Right? So imagine if they thought you owed back registration even though you hadn't lived in the state for over 2 years. Would they just turn your shit off if the government had control over that? Yes, they would. Ford has a new patent to auto repossess cars. I was listening to a town hall meeting with Elon Musk, and he said that they can just repo the Teslas. They can self-repo. Oh, this is the plan, though. I want it all electric. So, yeah, absolutely, man. Smart meters. Do you think smart meters? Smart meters made it easier for the electric companies. But do you think that that's really the reason they did it? Do you think that's why they mandated those things? How much grumbling and conversation have you heard about them banning gas stoves, right? You heard that, right? And then it kind of went away. So we assumed that because there was such an outcry, it went away. Do you know it's not gone away? Do you know they're pushing that through, the gas stove fucking bans? Do you know that? And it's not just gas stoves. It's all gas, all natural gas. You might want to look into that because it's not gone. Remember 20 minutes ago when I said, hey, you should probably go to an antique store and buy a wood-burning oven? Because that'll heat your whole house and cook your food. That's why in the old days, not even that long ago, 50, 60 years ago, people had inside kitchens and outside kitchens. Because during the winter, their stove would heat the house. In the summer, it's too hot. That's why they had outside kitchens. Put a pistol brace on your gas stove. Can't self-repo if you miss a payment and toss that vehicle on blocks. It's all control, guys, every bit of it. What you need to have on your radar is smart city. That's what they're calling them in the United States. If you're not familiar with this, look up 15-minute city. 15-minute city. 35 countries have signed on to this. They're already doing them in the UK right now. It's literally it's 15 minutes. The city where you reside, you are allowed to move 15 minutes in any direction. You're not allowed to leave. They literally have zones. They will have toll booths, right? They won't have machine guns to start with, like in Warsaw. Ford Lightning is one of the funnest rides I've experienced. That's what I'm saying. The 15-minute cities are coming. Yeah, they're here. They're already here. Remember when I was talking about Agenda 21 and Agenda 2030, and they want to move everybody from the boonies, right? They want to move everybody from the middle states to the coasts, and then you're going to live in the area, and you're going to have like a complex where you work and you live and you recreate, and because of that, you don't need a vehicle, and you're not allowed to travel, and to travel outside your zones, you have to receive a pass, and you're only allowed to go so many times, right? This is like some shit out of a movie. This is their plan. Electric cars are for pulse motors. We need more. You know what you need more of in this world? You need more of them dudes walking around cutting off fucking man buns. My friend has one of those deuce and a half. That thing will run on anything. Yeah, you got to get an old one, though. Old, like 68, 69, 70. They will literally run on anything. What a coincidence that the government seized toxic land from landowners and suddenly 1/3 of the country is toxic from Palestine. Yeah, we'll see where that goes. Do you know what's around Palestine? There's a lot of Amish. And the government doesn't have control on Amish, but they are definitely cracking down and harassing Amish these last few years. You have a ton of Amish right now that have evacuated those areas. Make a man bun shirt. You want to see our next shirt? Do you guys want the champagne, the High Point Champagne of Firearms? We're doing that shirt. But the next shirt that we're doing right now, Larry Hickey, what's he saying? Hold on, let me find this. I get a lot of messages. I'm going to find it here. This is the one we're doing right now. I was surprised we didn't have them today. We'll probably have them Monday. United States post-apocalypse. It looks like the post office, right? It looks like the Postal Service. 15-minute cities used to be called neighborhoods, giving it a new name and restricting people to their neighborhood. Okay, guys, listen. 15-minute cities. You're like, how would they do that? Have you noticed freeway and interstate construction? It never ends. It just keeps going always. Do you know they have sensors in the interstates all through the United States interstate system that can just turn your car off? Have you heard? This sounds far-fetched, right? Have you heard this? They do. They're there. They can literally just turn your shit off. And a lot of law enforcement agencies have a device that they can fire in your direction that will just fry your shit. It'll just turn your shit off. Does your car have GPS built into it? Like it comes with it, right? You have OnStar or some kind of service, but I didn't pay it, right? They can turn your shit right off. They know right where your car is. Do you have a newer car that tells you, hey, in 500 miles or in 50 miles, you need a service, right? You're due for your 50,000 mile service. They can turn your shit right off. All this by next year, by 2026, all cars have to have a kill switch. All new cars already have a kill switch. They're just getting permission to use it. So all those 15-minute cities, have you noticed how tall? Do you remember when you were younger, you could see like rooftops or backyards, trees in backyards as you drove down the interstate? And the walls got taller, right? They call those sound abatement walls. They put it as a guise that they were removing sound for the neighborhoods. Do you think the federal government or the state government ever gave a shit about what the neighborhood heard? Does that sound like they would take tax money that they stole from you and make the walls taller so the people living in the houses were more comfortable? Do you think that's what they did? They raised those walls. Those walls are 20 feet tall now. Have you noticed that? When you put a drone up where those big walls are, those walls don't just run along the interstate. Those walls run around the neighborhoods. Those are containment walls. Almost as though they could flood that area. Prison walls. We have them in Tulsa. It's a cage. That's right. It's a fucking cage. All good. I have an 82 Silverado. So it's actually not all good with an 82 Silverado. Your shit will still fry somewhat. There are some components in there, but you could totally have those components in a fucking Faraday cage and just trade them out easily, right? Anything after 91, but it's actually, you hear 82, you hear 87, but if you're not running like a carburetor, if you're running like TBI or any of that assistance, right, there's chips in that motherfucker that are frying, but you can replace them. Yeah, you need points and a distributor. Michigan had 2 train derailments, one in Detroit, one in Owasso, and a fuel tank leak in Owasso as well. We had one in Memphis. Train turned over, spilled a bunch of toxic chemicals. They built a dam around the spill, and then filled it and buried it. And it's right by the water, right? And nobody really even warned. Nobody knew. Nobody knew. You guys get fucking water filters. I don't care what brand you get. Have water filters. Any water that you drink that comes out of your tap, always filter it. Have a water filter. And don't think, oh, I can get bottled water. Most bottled water, not all, most bottled water comes from municipal water systems. It still has poison in it. Non-electric water filters. Yeah, non-electric. I didn't think I even needed to say that. This mother clucker. I thought it said this motherfucker. Everyone should have some vintage American muscle cars. They're also removing exits. Yeah, that's what redlining was. Memphis Waters. Who are you? What's up, buddy? Yeah, redlining, right? You always heard about low-income neighborhoods. They would especially take black neighborhoods, and they would remove the exits to the entire neighborhood. And they would remove the bus lines, and the trains wouldn't stop in those neighborhoods. Look up food forest or food desert. Food forest, food desert. Look up food desert. That is what that is. That's why you have such high rates of diabetes and stuff, because there's not any fresh produce coming in there. Everything that comes in is in a package or a bottle. It's on purpose. It's by design. They've removed a couple convenience instances. Yes, did you see that Walmart is closing down all stores in Portland? Fucking good for Walmart. They're closing down all stores where local government let shitbags run rampant. Walmart's pulling out. Walmart's closing over 300 stores, another 300 stores, another 300 stores. Do I do TRT? No, I do full-on fucking steroids, brother. Yes, I do TRT. I use testosterone cypionate propionate. It'll cross the blood-brain barrier. I inject in my lats, in my big back muscles, every other day. And then I run a lot of other support stuff with that. Left to my own devices, I would add in Decadurabolin. I don't have that, nor do I have access to it. I do run some peptides. Plus, you get the estrogen mimics leaching from the plastics in the bottled water. Yes. You know why? It's because, hold on, you said some more words. Straight, endocrine disrupt. Yes, it leaches it out. Do you know why it leaches it out? It's because of the chlorine and the bromine and all those other things. So when you have fluoride, chromine, bromine, your body absorbs it, and then your endocrine system is fucked up. You need to take iodine. Lugol's iodine or whatever brand, right? Terrible ass, nasty tasting metallic iodine. I put 2 drops of that in my morning drink every morning with 2 scoops of OptiGreens and a scoop of Sacred 7 mushroom blend, and then I'll put a pre-workout in there or some aminos. True story, how to get reparations. Yeah, where's that reparation money coming from? I know a farmer who has a manual pump well in the middle of his old cattle pasture, and I have drunk out of it a bunch of times. The best water I've ever had. Nice, Dean. Nice. Shit hit the fan fitness. What's up, man? Plus, you get the extra. Oh, I read that. What's up? Costco bottled water out of Cali. Reports are bad smells. All that bottled water you buy at Walmart, right? The big flat, the least expensive water. It says from Florida Municipal Water System. It actually names a city in Florida. I know a farmer has a manual. We read that. I stocked up on MREs for Shit Hits Fan. Roger, I think everybody should have MREs. They're expensive. They're heavy. I've eaten MREs that were 20, 25 years old, right? The old brown ones from like before the original Desert Storm. I've eaten MRE. I buy MREs. If you buy them, if you want MREs, guys, you're going to pay about $79 a case, and that usually doesn't include shipping. And there's a bunch of civilian ones that aren't in the military wrappers because they use them for like humanitarian aid and stuff. But get on Marketplace and just put in MRE, and you will find people selling them. A lot of military units go to the field, and when they come back in, they don't eat them all while they're out on training weekend or National Guard, and they put them in dumpsters. So you will see a lot of these. The cases are convenient for storage because they stack nice, but you'll pay less per individual meal if they're not in the cases. And you'll see guys selling them. Buy you some up. Buy them up. Keep them in as cool a place as possible. They exponentially go bad the warmer it gets. Would bet the farm the total miles of walls built in the U.S. freeway triple the distance required to build the Mexico. Oh, fuck yes. Fuck yeah. Brian, welcome to the SOE family member, buddy. For you guys that don't know what that is, we have a private membership. The first level costs $1. There's a lot of private content. Amanda and I do a question answer. A lot of it is about business, relationship, family, homesteading. People just ask questions, and we spend a couple hours every week just answering the questions. And a lot of times I go off on other tangents and just talk. And it's better produced. We have actual microphones and a studio and everything. Pulling the Thread podcast is there also. And then there's other things in there too. A lot of times, like when I release new products, I usually put them in there first, so they get to see them first and have an option to buy them first. Have well water, also farm fields around us sprayed with Glyle. Yep. Filter that water then. Dude, I've seen some comments on here. You have to specify non-electric. You guys want to have some entertainment? Go watch some of my shorts on here, the short videos, especially the ones with me and Scully where he's talking about Glocks. Holy fuck, people like it, and they're literally like attacking us over some, like, it's such a trip. It is such a trip. Usually I would like block those people, but it's better for money and views. People don't realize when they watch something, other people that they're friends with, it now puts it into their feed also. And then when people comment on things, especially, it'll show up as a recommended video for all of their friends. Anytime you're someplace in an office or anywhere and your phone's there, everybody else who is around your phone or that you interact with on other social media platforms. You know Facebook knows everywhere you go when you're not on Facebook? Every fucking thing you do, right? Everybody's up in arms over TikTok because it's China owned and they can see all your shit. Facebook and all of them do the exact same thing. I'm not worried about China knocking on my door. I'm worried about my government knocking on my door. Kills your older, it doesn't kill them, it just kind of takes it out. But if people, and some people, what it actually does is it gives you a stronger viewer audience, stronger, because they see your short so frequently, and then they click on your channel and subscribe to your channel. So yes, it does affect your other reach on your older videos, but the people who are like, hey, I like what this guy's saying, they show up on these live feeds. Laughing hard in the Pulling the Thread podcast, and I think it was you and Brandel doing farmer carries around the shop. John Witherspoon, how are you, man? They ended CVID on Tuesday, and lumber prices dropped short. Imagine that. We were talking about that on a podcast today when everybody was buying toilet paper. I bought a shipping container full of dimensional lumber. Have electricity back. So we lost electricity for a couple of minutes today, but we've been good. But you're sad, John. That didn't affect shit for you. I got an SOE video recommendation from 4 to 8 years ago sometimes. Yeah, I do too. It's weird. Minnesota, 2 bills for vote. Ban all gas-powered lawn equipment. Ban all plastic water bottles. Yeah, California has already banned all gas lawn equipment to include generators. Did you see a lot of our plywood comes from Russia, and we've been getting the whole time they've been invading Ukraine? So I didn't know that. I did not know that. My taxes are enough to buy this rifle. I've been looking at buying. What if I bought it and spent my tax money and they will have to come collect? I don't know what the question really is. I think that if you have the money and this is something that you've been desiring, then I say go buy it, man. It's not going to ever go down in value. 5-hour grid down had sun power. That's right. There are Chinese mill ships sitting offshore. Yeah, so people don't realize a lot of the lumber that we cut goes onto Chinese ships, and they take it out in the international water, and they make dimensional lumber out of it, and then they turn it back around and bring it back in. They also do that with swine and chickens. Did you know that? I'll bet you didn't know that. Thanks for the podcast and the dose of reality. Brian, man, we actually enjoy doing it. It really breaks up the day. I'm in a good mood when we come back in from doing that. pH kind of makes you want to get a zero turn and start mowing piles of plastic water bottles or PlayStations. I have TVA power, and it was out in my county for 3 hours. So we're on TVA power here. We're pulling power from Cumberland, which is still a coal-fired plant. They blew up our New Johnsonville plant, like actually blew it up with explosives. I've never seen the power flicker, though, until when they did the rolling blackouts, right? It kind of like the voltage was surging. It actually blew the boards on our electric fence, our gate openers. Get ours from the dam, right on. We have a lot of dams in Tennessee, don't we? I see cats doing things they're not supposed to do. This fucking cat's over here into something. Yeah, he's trying to get into all these cat treats.
That's why it's gonna bend the lid.
Where does the government wants to shut that? Would that surprise you at all? Would that fucking surprise you at all? Look forward to meeting you at SR. Yeah, Brian. Yeah, absolutely, man. Like 2 weeks, huh?
3.
What do you know about EMPs? Just a little bit of shit I've read and the videos I've watched. Cat crap. You have an EMP, man. The rules change. The tax man's not coming after the EMP. How about this? What if they isolated power outages to just the big cities? What if they isolated power outages to just the big cities? What if they isolated power outages to the outside of the cities? Bread and circuses. I've got info on DECA. I'd like to hear it. I'd like to hear it. I don't lift heavy anymore. And DECA works great for joints and things like that, joint pain and damage. Is that pouch listed on the way? It's not. I'm not sure if we're going to sell it as a set or sell it as a panel. We will probably put it out as you see it right here to start with. And we'll probably put it out in 2 colors, and then there'll be a custom option, which will cost 25 bucks more, but we'll let you order it any color you want it under the custom option. I don't know about the mesh pockets, but the panel will be. How would you know if they're shutting down power? Do you think people would have enough radios to communicate? There's always a few guys that would be able to communicate. Probably the people that you and I know, right? Not the average person. The average person only communicates through Facebook now. Social media. What is the build time? How long does it take me to sit down and build this, or how long does it take you to get it once you order it? Do your gate openers have battery? They do have battery backup, yes. And we're going to add solar panels to that. They do not currently have solar. How long did it take me to build it? The mesh pockets take a long time to build. The panel, I've only built 2 of them. It took me probably, I don't know, 30 minutes to build it. And you need to know, like all the conspiracy theory stuff we talk about, what I believe is fucking probably way beyond what you're fucking thinking. Should we revisit this? Should we do this? Should we put this out? Heard some poor cities in another country started their own currency and all the money was kept local and they were all more profitable. Absolutely. But what that does is it removes your reliance on government, and government are the ones that will send people to kill you. Do you know why we killed Gaddafi? Do you know why? Tons of options for medical, tons of options for tools. I really think that I can put like Milwaukee 12 volt impact driver in one of these pockets as well. I have a brand new box of them here that I have not opened. He was making gold back. That's right. That is right, because he was not going to use the dollar. And every time somebody does that, it gives other people ideas, right? The US dollar is not going to be the petrodollar. I mean, Saudi Arabia is already fucking around with other stuff with all the other countries. China, Russia, BRICS, that's right. But it's not just BRICS anymore. It's BRICS, RRR, plus it's like the fucking gay, lesbian, queer movement, right? It's the LGBTQ, LMNOP, plus minus Q3. Just got my 308 Micro Monday, and it's going to work this weekend, walking the survey lines. A rig is perfect. Yeah, it's great, especially the utility pocket, right? And those big mag pouches, because you can put water bottles, you can put pruners, you can put all kinds. You can put a fucking little laser in there, rangefinder. You can put all kinds of shit in them. As soon as oil was being traded in one currency, the clock started. Andy Palm. Just got my 3-0. Oh, gotcha. Daniel, what's up, buddy? I like your little nuclear emblem there, your hazard. Got my stack micro rig and bladder. Looking forward to my next rifle class in June. Where will you be taking that rifle class? Do I think they would shut down outside of cities first? I don't know, man. I don't know. It depends who is controlling and what they're controlling, right? I think they'll get killed outside of cities much faster. Panic Prepper is a legend. Watch Panic Prepper. It was funny, nice. As soon as oil was being traded, you have to have assets. Warrior Poet is going to be in Colorado, driving down to take it 1.5 hours away. Nice, man, nice. John doesn't teach those classes anymore, right? He's probably not going to be there. Or maybe he will be. Sentinel Concepts will be in Michigan. You'll have a great fucking, you'll learn a lot there, man. Send a picture of the 2 planets, sure. Is it not a John class? Oh, I don't know. I know John doesn't. John was here for a few hours right before James passed, and we were talking about a lot of stuff. And I said something. He's like, "Oh, I don't teach any of those classes anymore, man." He very well could be at the class. I don't know. I think he has a whole cadre though. Just like Mike Glover. Mike Glover doesn't teach much of those classes. He has a training cell. 164 countries went to BRICS. Yep. Fat cat in your little tiny hat. You need a monocle. What kind of top hat? Do we have any stacked rigs in Highlander? I see one actually right here. Is this? What is this? No, these are. I have a left-hand one. I have left-hand in Highlander, and Woodland, and a lot of other stuff. In right-hand for stacks, I've got Woodland and a multicam black. Michael snitch on you to the CIA, buddy. Do you think that's what that was about? I feel like somebody knocked on his door and said, "We're gonna fuck your family up." Daughter loves the intro to Pan. Isn't it awesome? I didn't make that. Austin built that whole thing, but it's badass. Yeah, the way the animals are all blurred out. Battery backups on your gates should have provided protection from any type of power surge or fluctuation that would burn out the IC board. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. And they said it's because TVA was surging the power and it fried the boards. And they came in and pulled the boards out and put new boards in and said, we're sending these back to the company to see if they'll warranty them. And the very next day, they billed me $1,400. And I thought, there's no fucking way that these got back. But I'm of the belief that the company would just fucking bill you and keep the new boards anyways. The guys that come out, super cool. So I don't know, man. I have mixed feelings about the company. Have him just film something and Austin will make him. Yeah. Scully needs his own version of Panic. Scully won't do it. Scully won't do it. We're lucky to get Scully here for a couple hours one day a week. Anybody watch Marfugal News? Anybody watch Marfugal? Or Black Scout? Anybody watch Black Scout? We just did, for all you OD lovers, we just did OD large tear-offs, and I've got multicams also. I've got rats for guys that want rats. I've got roll-up wrench rolls in a lot of versions. Scully's reaction was funny. The dead stare for a couple. I'm not sure which one we're talking about, bud. The all-metal clock. My AMG kit keeps me closer to the ground. We should do the AMG all-metal Glock. Be like a gang sign. Nobody will even know what it is. Do you have an idea when some more right-hand stacked micros will be built? I have right-hand stacked micros right now. I have Woodland that can ship, and I have multicam black right here also in right-hand. As far as what we're building next, I don't know right now. We have FUPA danglers. Got a couple Lonely XL FUPAs down there. I've got some fanny packs. I love the fanny pack, the little one. I've got them in Typhon pink, and then we've got some multicam black toxic ones cut also. And the guts inside there are hot pink. I got a vendor for my soap, salves, and lotions, my tattoo artist. So excited for being seen. Very cool. Very cool. What's your capacity? Highlander right hand. I don't have a Highlander. Do you have one on order? Is that why we're talking about this? Dean Conrad? If you do, just find your confirmation email and hit reply, and I'll print it out, and then we'll look at batching these up. Have you tried freeze drying beef jerky? We have not. No, we haven't. We need to fill the freeze dryer up. It's sitting empty right now. I've got just a shit ton of eggs to do. Super kits, yeah, we've got super kits cut in a couple different colors. Order Highlander right now. Send me an email, man. Send me an email. Watch both Black Scout and Marfugal. Yeah, typically when I get off of here, I'll throw Marfugal on. And then I usually listen to Black Scout in the morning sometimes. I have YouTube Prime. I got it so when I watch unmonetized vid creators get money. Do you know much about if it's worth it? I don't know anything about it. I've not even heard of YouTube Prime. I have actually no idea, man. Don't have a high capacity right now, as I'm the only person creating the products, plus working full-time and taking care of farm, or fam. Right on. Yeah, when you scale that, it'll be processes, and then you won't be making it in the same manner, which is okay. Fupa versus fanny pack. The Fupa is bigger, works as a fanny pack, a crossbody bag, and it also works as a chest harness. It opens all the way like a clamshell, and it's all Velcro, so you can put the cards and the attachments wherever you want. The fanny pack is smaller. It does not open all the way, and it has a little bit of organization inside of it. It is a great crossbody bag, and it's very small. So when we're in tunnels and tight stairwells and shit, like abandoned buildings, I carry a lot of lithium batteries, extra flashlights, headlamps, extra GoPros, and I fill that sucker all the way up, and it's never in the way. You don't even know it's there. YouTube Premium, got it. I use YouTube Premium. I think it's the only way to download videos. So maybe we're talking about the same thing, or maybe there in fact is two other different things. I don't know why I have these black vehicle med bags here. That's weird. I actually have 3 of them. BBD bag is the king of bags. Yeah, I like the BBD bag. Fupa is awesome. So versatile. Small backpack. Front pack, fanny pack. Yeah. And it comes with all the straps, so you can run it on your chest or on your waist or a crossbody. It's a little more robust. It's premium. Oh, got you. Okay, Daniel. Okay. All right, guys. I'm going to jump off of here. Thanks for bullshitting. If you need anything, send me an email. If you're not aware, we have a text app and an email app, and we show the product. If you're on our text app, you'll see what we make every day. If you're on our email, you won't see as much. You'll only get email like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, sometimes Sunday. We got videos up on different content on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok. We're about to do some of these covert rigs, I think, in Woodland. And we've got some random hydro carriers. There are some down there in Highlander. All right, guys, I'm out.